The countdown to one of rugby's most anticipated rivalries is officially on, and according to Springboks legend Schalk Burger, the upcoming four-test showdown between South Africa and New Zealand could be decided by one crucial battle that many fans may be overlooking. While the All Blacks have looked revitalized under new head coach Dave Rennie, storming through the southern leg of the Nations Championship with impressive victories over France, Italy, and Ireland, Burger believes they have yet to face the kind of pressure only the Springboks can deliver. Speaking ahead of the blockbuster series, the former World Cup winner suggested that New Zealand's biggest test is still to come, arguing that despite their unbeaten run, the All Blacks have not been properly challenged in the aerial kicking contest or the physical set-piece battles that have become trademarks of Rassie Erasmus world champions. That bold assessment has immediately added another layer of intrigue to what already promises to be one of the defining test series of the year. Under Dave Rennie, New Zealand have embraced a faster, more adventurous style of rugby, combining sharp attacking movements with renewed confidence and precision. Their commanding 40-21 victory over Ireland in Auckland showcased just how dangerous this new-look All Blacks side can be when they find rhythm, with their attack flowing freely and their decision-making looking far more composed than in previous seasons. Many observers believe Rennie has breathed fresh life into the squad after taking over from Scott Robertson, and confidence within New Zealand rugby appears to be growing with every performance. However, Schalk Burger believes those victories have come without facing one of rugby's most uncomfortable challenges. According to him, neither France nor Ireland truly tested the All Blacks under the high ball or forced them into the relentless aerial contest that South Africa has mastered over recent years. In his view, that missing examination could become the biggest talking point once the teams meet next month. Burger pointed back to previous clashes between the Springboks and All Blacks, particularly recalling how South Africa dominated key moments through tactical kicking and relentless pressure. He believes Rassie Erasmus is unlikely to abandon a formula that has consistently troubled New Zealand in recent seasons. Instead, the Springboks are expected to arrive with a familiar but highly refined game plan built around contestable kicks, physical collisions, relentless defensive pressure, and a powerful forward pack capable of turning every set-piece into a battle of attrition. According to Burger, if South Africa continues improving in the opening tests, they could place the All Blacks under immense pressure before New Zealand fully adapts to the challenge. He even suggested that while the visitors may become more comfortable by the third or fourth test, the opening two matches could heavily favour the Springboks if they execute their strategy with the accuracy and intensity fans have come to expect. Joining the discussion, former Springbok Hanyani Shimange highlighted another area where he believes South Africa holds a significant advantage. While acknowledging the exciting attacking philosophy introduced by Dave Rennie, Shimange argued that the All Blacks have not yet been seriously tested in the fundamental areas that often determine the outcome of elite test rugby. He pointed specifically to the scrum, maul, and line-out, areas where the Springboks have built their reputation over several successful seasons. In his opinion, New Zealand's recent opponents did not consistently challenge them in these departments, meaning the All Blacks are still relatively untested when it comes to surviving prolonged physical pressure at the set piece. Shimange believes these moments become decisive in close international contests, especially when teams are separated by only a single point during the closing stages. Winning a crucial scrum deep inside your own territory or stealing an important line-out can completely change the momentum of a test match, and few teams perform those fundamentals better than South Africa. Yet neither former Springbok believes the series will be straightforward for the defending world champions. In fact, Burger also warned that this new version of the All Blacks could present one of the toughest attacking examinations the Springbok defence has faced in years. While South Africa have become famous for their aggressive line speed and suffocating defensive organisation, New Zealand's willingness to attack from almost anywhere on the field may force the Springboks into making an extraordinary number of tackles. Burger predicted that South Africa could find themselves making well over 160 tackles in certain matches if the All Blacks maintain their current attacking rhythm. That would not only test fitness levels but also concentration, discipline, and defensive communication across the full 80 minutes. Maintaining relentless line speed while repeatedly shutting down one of rugby's most dangerous attacking teams is an enormous challenge, and Burger believes that aspect of the contest could become just as important as the kicking game or the set-piece battle. It is this fascinating contrast in styles that has rugby supporters around the world eagerly awaiting the opening whistle. On one side stands a Springboks team built on physical dominance, tactical precision, aerial excellence, and relentless pressure. On the other is an All Blacks squad rediscovering confidence through creativity, speed, and attacking ambition under Dave Rennie. Both teams enter the series with momentum, both possess world-class talent across the field, and both know that even the smallest mistake could shift the balance in a contest where margins are expected to be incredibly tight. Whether Rassie Erasmus can once again expose New Zealand through his proven tactical blueprint, or whether Dave Rennie's revitalised All Blacks can answer those questions with a new era of attacking rugby, remains one of the biggest stories in international rugby. One thing is already certain: when these two giants finally collide, every kick, every scrum, every tackle, and every moment of pressure will matter, and the rugby world will be watching as another unforgettable chapter is written in one of the sport's greatest rivalries.
The stage is set for one of the biggest rugby spectacles of the modern era, and with anticipation building ahead of the four-test showdown between the Springboks and the All Blacks, one respected voice believes the battle may be decided long before the final whistle of the opening match. Former Springbok World Cup winner Schalk Burger has delivered a fascinating assessment of New Zealand's unbeaten rise under new head coach Dave Rennie, praising the All Blacks for their impressive transformation while also identifying what he believes is a weakness that has remained largely hidden throughout the nation's championship. It is a claim that has immediately captured the attention of rugby fans across the globe because while New Zealand have looked dangerous, confident, and full of attacking flair, Burger insists they have not yet experienced the unique kind of pressure that only Rassie Erasmus Springboks are capable of producing. With South Africa preparing to welcome their greatest rivals for 4 massive test matches, the legendary flanker believes the opening contests could reveal whether the All Blacks are truly ready for the ultimate challenge. There is little doubt that Dave Rennie has made an immediate impact since taking over the New Zealand job. Following the departure of Scott Robertson, questions surrounded whether the All Blacks could quickly adapt to a new coaching philosophy, but the early signs have been extremely encouraging. Victories over France, Italy, and Ireland during the southern leg of the nation's championship have restored confidence throughout New Zealand rugby, and perhaps most importantly, they have reminded the world that the All Blacks remain among the sport's elite teams. Their convincing 40-21 triumph over Ireland in Auckland demonstrated the speed, ambition, and confidence that Rennie wants to build into his side. The attack looked fluid, the support play was outstanding, and the players appeared comfortable expressing themselves with the ball in hand. Many experts believe this is the most exciting version of the All Blacks seen in several seasons, with a renewed willingness to attack from deep positions and punish even the smallest defensive mistakes. But according to Schalk Burger, impressive victories only tell part of the story. Speaking on the Verdict podcast, the Springbok great explained that although New Zealand have deserved every bit of praise received so far, none of their recent opponents truly forced them into the type of aerial contest that has become a signature weapon of the Springboks. France preferred to play a territorial game built around longer kicks, while Ireland never fully committed to an aggressive kicking duel that could repeatedly challenge New Zealand under the high ball. As a result, Burger believes the All Blacks have yet to experience sustained pressure in one of the most demanding aspects of modern Test rugby. For South Africa, however, the aerial battle is far more than simply kicking possession away. Under Rassie Erasmus, contestable kicks have become carefully planned attacking opportunities, allowing explosive chasers to compete in the air, disrupt opposition structures, and force costly mistakes. It is a system refined over several years and one that has repeatedly delivered success on the biggest international stages. Looking back at previous clashes between the two rugby giants, Burger recalled how effectively the Springboks used that strategy during their victory in Wellington. By controlling territory, winning aerial contests, and applying relentless physical pressure, South Africa gradually forced New Zealand into uncomfortable situations. In his view, there is little reason for Rassie Erasmus to abandon a formula that has already proven successful. Instead, he expects the Springboks to return with even greater precision, using contestable kicking alongside their dominant forward play to squeeze every possible advantage from the opening whistle. Burger believes this approach could immediately place the All Blacks under immense pressure during the first 2 tests, before New Zealand have enough time to fully adjust to the unique demands of facing the world champions. While he acknowledged that the All Blacks are likely to improve as the series progresses, he suggested the opening encounters may provide South Africa with their greatest opportunity to seize control. Adding further insight, former Springbok Hanyani Shimange highlighted another crucial area where he believes the Springboks can make life extremely difficult for New Zealand. While praising Dave Rennie's commitment to attacking rugby and his willingness to play with ambition from deep inside his own half, Shimange questioned whether the All Blacks have truly been tested where test matches are often won and lost, the set piece. South Africa's scrum, lineout, and driving maul have become foundations of their success, allowing them not only to dominate physically but also to dictate field position and game tempo. Throughout the nation's championship, Shimange argued, New Zealand simply did not face opponents capable of consistently matching them in those departments. That means the Springboks could become the first team to place sustained pressure on the All Blacks through repeated scrums, powerful rolling mauls, and fiercely contested lineouts. In elite test rugby, those moments frequently determine championships, especially when the scoreboard remains tight entering the closing minutes. The physical confrontation promises to be relentless. South Africa possess remarkable depth across their forward pack, giving Rassie Erasmus the luxury of introducing fresh international quality replacements without significantly reducing intensity. This ability to maintain enormous physical pressure throughout the full 80 minutes has become one of the defining characteristics of the Springboks in recent years. Every scrum becomes a contest, every breakdown becomes a battle, and every defensive collision demands maximum commitment. Against many teams, that pressure gradually creates mistakes. Against New Zealand, however, it will be tested against one of the fastest and most dangerous attacking systems in world rugby.